Yeah, it's a good win. Really proud of our team. Proud of the way they prepared going into this game during the week. Coming off of two tough losses for us and really an uncharacteristic one last week. So just really proud of our guys. I think South Florida is a very talented team that's had played really well the previous 2 weeks, and so we talked about being able to stop the run and being able to run the football. I think we dominated the rushing game today and controlled the passing game. And hate not to get a shutout there at the end, but that's okay. But I thought defensively we were outstanding today. We got off the field when we needed to. Our guys played extremely hard. Thought we executed for the most part. Did some good things offensively. Got off to a great start. I always talk about getting off to a fast start. Thought we did that. And then we sputtered a little bit for the remainder of the first half. And Ira made a big play, getting a pick there right before the half. And then we got some points out of that, which was huge. Going into halftime, up 21-0. And did some good things offensively at time. You look at the numbers, you should feel good when you rush to 321, but it felt like we left a lot out there. It's things we got to do better from an execution standpoint. Got behind the sticks too often. Credit to South Florida. Thought they had a really nice plan. They created some negative plays, but we got to be able to overcome that. I didn't think we did that well at times today. We thought we handled the tempo on defense. We played a lot of guys. Really pleased with some of the younger players, some of the key backups that got on the field today and did a great job, in their role. And so, just really proud of our football team. Happy for our players. And that's what I got.
Questions?
So you mentioned the fast start, so
Yeah.
especially coming off of the last 2 games, how important was that fast start just
Yeah.
mentally?
Oh, it was huge. You saw the result the last 2 weeks when we lost. We got off to horrible starts in those games, and so something we talk about a lot. Start fast and finish strong, and I thought we did that today. So.
How much of an impact, getting that last touchdown right before the half?
Yeah.
How big of an impact did that have?
Yeah. Well, it's huge because you want to end the half with the football, knowing that they've got the first possession of the second half. So to do that and score right there with 2 seconds left was big. It's great momentum going into halftime. So and it creates a nice cushion there. And you're playing really good defensively, and you're up 3 touchdowns. You feel pretty good. Obviously, got to come out and play like 0-0 in the second half, and I thought our guys did that. So.
You stopped the run against a team that last week ran for 370 yards in one half.
Yeah.
What was the plan coming into the game to try to shut the offense down?
Yeah. Well, we knew we had to do that because when they can run the football, they can stay in rhythm. They're going fast. They wear you out a little bit. They stay on track. And when they can't run it, you can stall their drives when you get them off track. And so, I thought PJ and defensive staff did a phenomenal job putting a really good game plan together. The priority was stopping the run, right, and then controlling the pass, not giving up explosive plays. I felt like if we could do that, it would be a good day for us, and I think that's what we did.
So what was the thought process behind the fake punt in the second half?
Yeah, so we're up 21. That's a tough call right there. Felt like we were getting a look that we had practiced for. It's Landon Robinson, one of our smartest players. He's great at ID in the fronts and setting the protection and all that. And so if we got the look that we thought we were going to get, we gave him the green light to call it. And we got the look and executed it perfectly. And Coach Brown did a great job getting that ready.
So that was actually a call that came from the field? It wasn't something that you had planned going in?
Right. Yeah, so I think it's like a lot of fake punts. If they don't give you the look you want, you just punt the ball, right? But if you get a favorable look, we felt like we had numbers, something we worked a lot, and thought I'm really proud of the way we executed it. Big boy right there. Wish he would have scored a touchdown, but it was a nice long run.
Wags, you have any questions?
Yeah, well, just the defense. I thought it was an absolutely tremendous performance by the defense in all respects. You consider the way they go up tempo, and it backfired on them when you down 3 and out. I think I counted up 7 times 3 and out. I think another 3 possessions where they only picked up 1 first down, so their up tempo ended up going against them. What can you say? Obviously, PJ had them ready to play.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt he did. I thought it was a great plan. Those guys went out and executed it really, really well. And I think it just goes back to what we just talked about. We were able to stop the run on first and second down. And then when you do that, you kind of make them one-dimensional. And so I didn't know it was 7 3 and outs. That's tremendous. And we got to do a better job offensively of taking advantage of that when we get it.
Can you talk about Kenny McShane? You give him the start, and he was outstanding. He had a quarterback hurry, which produced that interception that Ira had that set up that final touchdown at the end of the first half. He was say about Kenny? You give him a chance, and
Yeah.
did he perform?
Yeah, I thought he was really good today. I had to go back and watch the film, obviously, but I thought he had a really good week of practice. He's a really talented dude. He's been through a lot, with his ACLs, and it's awesome to see him have the opportunity to contribute, especially in a big win like this. But I thought he played well today, and we're going to need him to, moving down the stretch here.
And Coach Cronick can talk about the offense trying to rediscover its mojo, and it did for the most part. I mean, there were a few possessions there where the offense sputtered a bit, but in the end, the numbers are pretty darn good in terms of almost 400 yards of offense. Was it nice to see the offense get back on track a bit, Coach?
Yeah, it was. And like I said, I think we left a lot out there. I think we shot ourselves in the foot a few times on some drives you'd like to get back. There's, had a couple of false starts that put us behind the sticks, and some second and longs. We got to do a better job not taking negative plays, on the early downs. And when we're on track, we're pretty darn good right now. And when we're not on track, we got to do a better job of overcoming it. And credit to South Florida. It's some good players, some really good athletes. Thought they had a good plan today, but proud to get a win. And there's things that we can, we'll always be able to take away from the film, things we can do better and clean up moving forward. And got a huge challenge, obviously, coming to Annapolis next weekend. So we're gonna have to get some stuff cleaned up, and we're gonna play extremely well.
Well, that was my last question. Obviously, this sets up a very huge game next week. It's senior day in Annapolis, and you're going to be playing a Tulane team that's currently in second place. And you talked about controlling your own destiny, and that is a pivotal game if you want to get to the American Athletic Conference Championship.
Yeah, no question. This is what it's all about. We want to be playing meaningful football in November. We control our own destiny, and I'm really proud to get us to this point. And I know we're going to be ready to play next Saturday. There's no doubt about that.
So just to start off, you've gone through a lot just to get to this point. How does it feel to finally get the start here and make an impact in this game?
It's a dream come true, to say the least. It's been a long journey. Jim Barry and Coach Nick, Coach K, they've just kept working with me. And Coach Volker and Coach Newberry never gave up faith on me. So it means a lot to be able to come out here and play today. So I enjoyed it. It was a dream come true.
So what were you seeing from the USF offense? You were able to get in the backfield a little bit, make some plays, really shut down the run. What was the plan coming into it?
Coach Volker, he calls a great defense. I'm just going out there. He makes the calls. I'm just going out there trying to execute to the best of my ability. We knew that they were going to give us wide splits, so we were going to try our best to try to eliminate the throwing game while trying to be able to fall back in on the run. Coach Volker did a great job of that during the week of practice and preparing us for that during the week of practice and coming out here today. So, yeah.
Wags, couple for Kenny.
Well, yeah, Kenny. I mean, it had to be rewarding, as Mike mentioned. You battling through, coming back from the injury. The one particular play I wanted to highlight was when you got the quarterback hurry. You put a hit on the quarterback and he threw short, and that was the interception by Ira. Can you talk about that play? I guess that was a blitz off the edge.
Yes, I'm kind of mad at myself for that one. I feel like I should have got more of them on that play. It was. I knew once I started my path, it opened up wide, and you see it's like a kid in the candy store. You just get big eyes, and you're just trying to go in there and make a play. But I ended up getting a little bit of them and forced a short throw. Ira, great player, he made a good play, and we were able to get the ball back for our offense.
I get it a lot. I'm a little more handsome than I am. So.
No doubt. You're up, Mike.
So what did you see on that touchdown at the end of the half?
Yeah, it was a good play call by Coach Cronick. The backers were playing hot all day. I think we were their keys a lot coming up the field, and that's a play. We're not going to call first, second play of the game. That's a play we call later down the line. Looking at what the defense does. Obviously, the linebackers were popping, so I kind of replaced them. Knew Blake was going to get me the ball, and then it was a ball. It was a weird play. So obviously 9 seconds, I think, before we called that play, and I didn't really know whether to get down for a field goal or I could score. So kind of just ran as fast as I could into the end zone and ended up working out. So definitely a good play call by Coach Cronick, and happy it worked out for sure. So
it felt like it was pretty tough sledding for a lot of the game. It was a pretty physical game, but in the second half, team came out, 13-play drive. Was it kind of like a personal challenge to you guys to say, we're just going to have to pound this ball in and succeed?
yeah, we knew that coming in. They're a good team, really well coached, have a lot of players, just super fundamentally sound. They're big, strong, and we knew that, before we're going to get some big plays, we were going to have to, grind on the run game. And like you said, it's 5-yard carries, and we're gonna take that all day. I think that's the offense we live in. When Blake can carry the ball for 5 yards, 6 yards every play, I think that wears on a defense. And I think towards the end of the game, you saw some guys getting tired, tapping out, and we kind of, we were just rolling at the end of the game. And I think that's, that was our plan coming in. And we've had success in the offense. Some big plays, 500-yard games offense, and that's not going to happen every time. That's a good defense, like I said, and we're happy with the win. We knew it was going to be tough sledding, but that's just sometimes it's how it goes at the end of the day. So I think we played really well as a unit. I think they played well, and I think we just showed up a little bit more. So.
Wags.
Well, how good was it to see the offense kind of come back to life a little bit? After obviously the Rice game and the Notre Dame games were not what you wanted. This was a little bit more what we saw earlier in the season.
Yeah, definitely a good feeling. The past 2 weeks haven't been the best for us in the offensive room, but I think Coach New said it best. We still have a lot of work to do. We shot ourselves in the foot a couple of times. Got behind the sticks. Some blatant penalties. That's just not us. That's Navy football is we're sound, we're detailed, and I think this week we're gonna have to play even better. Tulane is a top football team in our conference. They've played close to a lot of ranked teams. Kansas State, to name one early in the season, and we're gonna have to play a lot better than we did today. We're gonna have to play our best offense. We've seen it earlier in the season against teams like Memphis, against teams like Temple. We're gonna have to play like that. We're gonna have to have big plays. We're gonna have to grind it out, have a lot of yards. But I think it is. It's definitely a good page turn for us just to have a little bit more success than we've been having. I think it gained some confidence going into this week, so I think that's super important.
So there's some instances where you all, were not able to move the ball and had to punt, but the defense kept getting you the ball back. 3 turnovers, or they, forcing them to punt right back to you. How important is that for the offense when the defense is doing that for you?
Yeah, super important. We talk about complementary football all the time. Some games the offense isn't going to play well and the defense is, and I think the offense played well, like I said earlier, but the defense, this is the best I've seen them play in, my whole time here, and that's just sometimes how it goes. Sometimes we're going to have a great game and they're not, and we save them, but I think that's just how football goes. We got to play complementary football, and them giving the ball for example the fake punt, that's just field position. Sometimes that's just how it goes. That's right. It's football, and they had some turnovers for us, and obviously didn't put up a lot of points, and that helped us. I mean, it could have been a 28-28 game, and that it could have came down to that. So definitely super proud of them how they played. I love watching them. They fly around. I think they're the epitome of Navy football. All those guys are. Credit to all of them. So definitely helped a lot in the win today.
How concerned are you that the coaching staff will move Landon Robinson to fullback and he'll take some of your playing time?
Honestly, that might be the best for the team. I think he's probably a little bit better than me, maybe a little bit. I might be a little stronger than him in the weight room, but I think he's got the speed on me. But yeah, it's definitely got to be watching my spot this week. Hopefully everything works out for me. So.
He's averaging 29 yards per carry in his career.
Yeah, we'll start calling him the fridge there. We got to get him back there. Maybe a set. That'd be a goal line set. Would be pretty funny to have him there. So definitely maybe something we could do.
So walk us through what you see on the fake punt.
Yeah, they just gave us the right look. It was a good opportunity. It was the offense. They needed a little booster there, so we just had to do what we had to do, and they gave us the right look. So it's perfect.
What is it like knowing that you have the coach's confidence to make that kind of a call on the field, especially in that situation?
Yeah, absolutely. Super honorable. I'm just thankful that I have the speed, and they gave us the right look, and I have the players around me to make the right blocks to make it happen. So super thankful for it.
You made a lot of plays in the backfield today.
Thank you.
What did you see? How did it feel getting back there?
Yeah. It was great. Coach Volker called a great game. We just, they gave us the right look, like I said, kind of like the punt. But yeah, absolutely. My teammates, they were buying some eyes at the blocks, and we just got back there and we were able to make a play. So, yes, sir. Yeah.
Wags.
So, Landon, I believe you're averaging 30 yards per carry. Are you
That's
going to
about
be
right.
pushing the coaching staff to find an offensive goal for you?
You never know. Maybe if they really need me, I'd be happy to help out. But it's nose guard is definitely where I think is my best position. But I'd be willing to do a little package if they want. So I'm open to anything.
Can you talk talk about the defensive performance, very opportunistic, you forcing that fumble, the 2 interceptions. I mean, that's just huge.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. Like I said earlier, Coach Volker called a great game. You know, we played great, complimentary football when the offense couldn't get it going. We did whatever we could to give them the ball back so we could keep driving. So I think it was just a great game overall, great complimentary football all around. So
What did you do to counteract the hurry-up offense of South Florida? I mean, that can be unnerving when they're snapping the ball every 12 seconds. But as I was mentioning to Coach Newberry, it backfires when you're forcing 3 and outs or only 1 first down and forcing to punt. Then all of a sudden their hurry-up offense is a liability.
absolutely, yeah. We just played our defense. When they snap the ball, it's first down, second down, third down. We just got to play defense. Either it's 3 seconds after their last play, or 10 seconds. So we just went out there, played our defense. Coach Volker called a great game, and we got the job done. So.
We'll set the record straight. Landon Robinson has been asked to play offense before and declined. So I think it wasn't really him. It wasn't really him declining. I think it was more Coach Volker and Coach Hall declining. But me and Coach Jasper have run a campaign to try and get him in the backfield, and he sadly declined. I think it's more because Coach Jasper wants that old school be back, back in the day. So, all right, sorry.
So first drive, march down the field, big play, touchdown. What'd you see on that play?
They're just really aggressive all day, and I knew just trust the guys, just let them make plays. We got really athletic guys, and that's what I did. Alex had a great block on that play, got the edge sealed really well, and Eli took off. Didn't get actually, he sort of did. He got hawked a little bit again, but he always finishes in the end zone, so that's good.
So when you're able to, it's been a couple of tough weeks. What does it do for you mentally to march down the field and score, not just on the first drive, but on the first 2 drives?
I think it was big. I think just for the whole team, just to allow us to play more free and open. And when you're playing from behind, sometimes you play tense in different areas all around. And so I think it just helped everybody play more free. One to make more plays and take more risks in that way.
So what's it like when you see the performance of the defense, knowing that even when you have that kind of a lull in the middle of the game, they're still getting doing their job and getting the ball back to you?
Yeah, it's great. They did amazing today, honestly. It was fun to watch them, just the energy they brought and the energy Coach Volker and the entire defensive staff brings. And I think it's just, I think they all said it, but complimentary football is big. And, not having to, it's fun to beat Memphis, but, 56 to 44, it's a lot of points and a lot of stress throughout the game. So it's a lot easier when you can hold them to 0 for 50 minutes in the game.
So what did you see on that, from your perspective, on the touchdown at the end of the half?
Yeah, so they were bringing pressure a lot from a lot of different areas, and they backed off a little bit with 10 seconds left in the half. It wasn't in the need to throw a Hail Mary to the end zone right now mode, and we were more just trying to get points. And so obviously Alex is a great player. I honestly saw his eyes light up when he made the cut, because he saw that the middle was so open. And so I just had to get it to him. And then he made an insane play. So hats off to him. Hats off to the offensive line for giving me time to get it there. So.
Wags.
So Blake, in terms of we had talked about the offense wanting to rediscover its mojo, and I think in many regards you did that today. There was you had some nice long drives, 2 drives that lasted almost 7. Well, one was longer than 7 minutes, and one was just shy of. How can you end up winning the time of possession battle in a huge way? Navy finished with 38 minutes, 32 seconds worth of time of possession, which is simply tremendous.
Yeah, I think it was just getting back to our identity after some, just things last week that didn't go our way. I think we just really wanted to get back to Navy football and what that means to a lot of people that are surrounded with it. And so, just getting back to running the football, stopping the run as a total, and just getting that identity back that I think we had missed since Notre Dame.
Well, on that front, it seemed as though, especially early, a lot of triple option. Did you feel like kind of went back old school and ran a lot of triple option plays today?
Yeah, that's always obviously a game plan thing, and what we see and how we think we can affect them. And it honestly was pretty successful for us last year with some of our bigger plays versus them. So we knew that if they came out in some similar look, that it would be effective for us to use again. So that was sort of obviously initially, and then they're going to make adjustments throughout the game, so you can't always just rely on what you see on the first play or the first drive. You got to adapt and overcome, and I think we did that today.
So, I mean, obviously still some things to work on, though. A couple times the ball was on the ground. You ended up having 7 punts. Can you just talk about still striving to get back to where you were early in the season when things were rolling so smoothly?
Yeah. I think, it's just a lot of things. And in November, you're never going to have the same team that you have in August, health-wise and different things. And so, guys got to step up and battle through some things and just get back to how we want to do things. And I think, it also starts with me, just good decision-making and getting the ball to where it needs to go and not putting it in harm's way. And then also just communication, making sure the plays and everyone knows the plays and what they're supposed to be doing is big on that front.
All right, thanks, Blake.
Appreciate you.
One quick note, Navy had the 4th fastest drive of the year this year, and also the 3rd and 5th longest drives of the year this year. So a little bit of both.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
You said you wanted to get back to Navy football.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, last week was rough for various reasons. How long did it take you to put that in the rearview mirror? Or did you come out running at practice and forget about it?
I think everyone put it in the rearview mirror pretty quickly. Honestly, everyone would to forget about that game and just everything that happened with it. And so I think it was just important to, when you think of Navy football, you think of toughness and, being really aggressive on the offensive line and with everybody blocking. You got Brandon Chapman out there, who's throwing his body around, blocking 6'3", 250 linebackers, guys way, way bigger than him. And I think that's where it starts for us. And that's what I mean by the identity stuff is, I think we let things get a hold of us last week that we couldn't control, and we tried controlling them, and it got in our heads a little bit. And so I think this week we just played free and really wanted to focus more on that, like I said, the Navy football, the tough ground and pound.